Okay, now that you've seen a little bit about unit rates, let's talk a little bit more about how to solve them. As we go through this video, you need to fill out the second part of your notes paper and make sure you pause the video when you need to so you get everything down. So two important things that kind of came out of that first video that we need to remember. And the first thing is that a unit rate always has a second quantity of 1. That second number is always going to be 1. And oftentimes our unit rates are going to use the word per, which means for every one. So some of the examples were like the speed limit is 65 miles per hour, meaning that you can go 65 miles for every 1 hour. Or the price of gasoline is $1.93 per gallon, so $1.93 for every 1 gallon. So that's a unit rate. So we are going to solve unit rates or find unit rates by writing a proportion. So this should be something that is so familiar to you. This shouldn't really be anything too new or too difficult to do. So here's the situation we're going to look at and do together. Mr. Barge got 15 gallons of gas for $20.85. How much did he pay per gallon of gas? So we're going to set up a unit or a proportion to solve this unit rate the same exact way we've always done. So we're going to put our two lines equal to each other, set up the proportion. We're going to determine what we want to figure out. In this problem, we want to figure out how many gallons or how many dollars per 1 gallon. So we want how much did he pay? Pay is in dollars per 1 gallon, so for every 1 gallon. The information we know is that I spent $28.05 for 15 gallons. Remember, units match on the top here as dollars and the bottoms here as gallons. Okay? Draw the arrows from what we know to what we want to know. Find our scale factor. So in this case, we're going to take 1 divided by 15. We're going to get 1/15th. As a decimal, that is 0.06 with the 6 repeated. So we don't want to use that. We want to use the fraction because that's most helpful to us. So I'm going to take $28.05 and multiply it by my scale factor of 1/15, which comes up an answer of $1.87. So a statement or a sentence to describe my answer would be that Mr. Barge paid $1.87 per gallon of gas. Here's a practice problem. I'd like you to do it on your paper. When you're ready, you can enter the answer into the Nearpod, and then there'll be a short video after it that explains the answer, and then you can go into some more practice problems, and those directions will be in the Nearpod as well. All right, so reviewing this problem, Mrs. Bowers drove 157.5 miles in 3 hours. What's her average speed in miles per hour? So in this one, we're trying to figure out how many miles does this Mrs. Bowers go for every 1 hour or in 1 hour. So that's what we're trying to find out. We know that total she went 157.5 miles in 3 hours. Arrows from what we know to what we want to know. Scale factor here is 1/3. 0.6 repeated isn't going to help me. I need to make it 1/3 to be specific and exact. 157.5 times 1/3 gives me 52.5. So my answer would be that Mrs. Bowers drove an average speed of 52.5 miles per hour.